Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Guys on Gaffr. My name is Joel and I'm here as always with David and Abhishek. How are you both doing on this fine Sunday evening?
Doing alright, not in terms of fantasy wise because I think having a poor week once again. Apart from that, I watched a couple of football. Forget to watch the El Clasico, but Real Madrid won, so that's about it. Is about La Liga is concerned because apparently Real Madrid is the favorite. Real Madrid is running the show there. Nothing from Barcelona, I guess. So yeah, happy with the footballing action, not happy with the fantasy option. And United draw. I mean, let's not talk about United. Why did I start with United? So yeah, doing good. How are you guys?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm surprised you still have your United shirt on. Do you always have it on, however they're doing, or just like?
Through thick and thin, David. Come on, it's a proper fan. He's not a glory hunter.
Yeah, that's I guess a good thing. I guess. Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't find another T-shirt. All my T-shirts were in my cupboard, and I couldn't find any of the T-shirt apart from that.
You shouldn't have admitted that. You should just be like, yeah, just do thick and thin,
Oh no.
Oh god. No, I'm always honest, so
yeah, that's good.
So, yeah, go on.
Yeah, me. I've had a good weekend. I've played some real life football, so I haven't almost had time to watch anything else. So I've actually not watched one game this weekend, but I played one and we lost, but it was fun. And I got my first hole-in-one in disc golf, so that was good.
I reckon that's pretty impressive. Probably not as impressive as real life golf, but pretty damn impressive still.
Yeah, it's a bit more bigger of a target, but it still feels like the best thing ever. So
amazing.
That's fun. How about you, Joel? How are you?
Well, I mean, we weren't going to record today. That was the original plan because I was supposed to be in Lisbon right now. But on Thursday morning, when I was supposed to fly, I tested positive for COVID. I wasn't feeling very well. I took a test. It was positive. So here I am. I've been stuck pretty much in my room for 4 days. And I'm not instead of being in Lisbon having a lovely holiday. So at least we get to record instead and get to see you guys. Hey, every cloud has a silver lining. And yes, so if my voice sounds croaky or if my voice just dies at any point, you'll know why. But thankfully the fever stage has passed. I've had a bit of a high temperature the last few days and I've been very cooped up. I have been able to watch a lot of football, and as a result I've been able to think quite a bit about fantasy football and make all my think a lot about my decisions and think about the new boosts and stuff, which I may not normally have had time to. So I'm just trying to find positives about the fact that when just trying to kind of ignore the fact that I could be in Lisbon right now. That's basically been my kind of policy.
Lisbon can always wait.
Another time.
Days. Yeah, a few days. Always, you can always.
Indeed.
Right. Health is important first.
Yes, indeed. Yes, definitely would not have been well enough to travel, especially on Thursday. It was not good. But anyway, let's move on to our teams and our scores this week. So, David, your team is on the screen first, or teams rather. How have you gotten on?
Yeah, it's a mixed bag, I guess. But my main team, I'm still in the top 50 after not having the best couple of weeks, but not dropping massively, so that's good. But other than probably my scores being not as high as the average thing because I went down, I still am happy with the decisions that I made for my team. I got after Abhishek gave the advice to get Vitinho, I advice captain him and he got 19 points, and also I got in Victor who got as captain. He got 12 points, so that was good. So 55 minus 4, decent enough. I'm still overall rank 41. And the other screenshot is from I think it was last week, I think. For my other this other team, I probably shouldn't switch around so much, but I do because they did so well. It was I was so close to having 3 consecutive weeks in top 10 game week ranks, but it got 13, which is still amazing. But I just want to show that it's not just my Scandinavian team doing well sometimes, but the Captain Fantastic on Keane and Burton Diaz was very good. So yeah. But I'll probably not bother you more with that team unless like the boosts go surprisingly well.
It's recovering, that team. It's looking a lot better than it did a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it's okay. So, but I'm really not sure what to do with my Scandinavian team at the moment. So we'll get back to that. But yeah, it's not in the best state, even though it gets like okay points, I would say.
Well, Abhishek, yours is on the screen now as well.
Yeah, so I had a pretty average, not average, very much down the barrel looking score because
it's a bad week. Just be honest. Here's some honesty time.
Hey, I'm a positive guy. I always find positivity in any score I get. So yeah, I mean,
tell me then.
I'm happy that I got a lucky 10 points from Wood because I benched him. See, that's clever thinking.
Imagine if you didn't get that one, like 23 points.
Look, we knew that Laird was injured. I think before the start of the game, I think Robinson
we did,
was
David.
also.
We did, David.
Yeah, Laird was,
I didn't, but
Robinson. Laird, Robinson. So I had 3 players, and I rolled the transfer. So I had after Angus's injury sheet, I thought I had 3 doubtful players, 1 totally out, and 2 doubtful players. So anyway, I was going to get the good points, but apparently Sheffield United, I have invested on Bogle, but since he came onto my team, he hasn't been showing up in the squad, match day squad even. So I don't know what happened there because he was, I think, before the game week 14, he was at the press conference. So I don't know what happened there, but apparently he's out. So that's a move that has been that I have done in my overall, but it didn't work. So possibly he will be going out ahead of game week 16 because I have 2 free transfers now. But more we will talk about that in the later half of the episode. But as of now, I got Wood 10 points from Wood, 7 points from Bree. I mean, it's a ridiculous goal Horvath concedes. Otherwise, Bree would have gotten me, I think, 1 or 2 points more. But that's bad goal to concede by Horvath, and right at the death. I mean, 2 goals have been scored in 90 plus 1, 90 plus 2 minutes. I mean, come on, guys. Finish the game, finish scoring within your time limit. Why are you adding more goals at a time? So yeah, Bree got me 7 points. Wood got me 10 points. The Preston duo is ticking along nicely. Brady got me 3. Woodman got me 4 points. Surprising that they lost to Stoke. Stoke getting some form back, but yeah, Brownhill got an assist, so he got me 6 points. Apart from that, nothing from Sema, Robinson, Cheer, Wells, Keane, Burriton. I mean, Wells is a disappointment.
After we really talked him up last pod as well.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, so he
don't listen to our advice.
Just turn off the pod now, guys. Just leave.
Stay for the vibes, not for the advice.
Yeah, I think we kind of have to pick players in terms of fixtures now because lots of double game weeks coming up, lots of doubles, lots of important and easy games coming up for certain teams. So have to look forward to those games. So yeah, 43 points. I did go down 40 places only, so that's another positive thing. It did not hurt me much, but my overall rank is 1.3k, and I got a game with rank of 3.4k. So yeah, that's it.
How many active players are there, do you think? Like 1,000, 2,000?
Hard to say.
Yeah.
A couple of thousand.
Yeah.
Somewhere between 1 and 2,000.
Is it 5,000?
I think in terms of like actual non-dead teams. Was that the question, David?
There are 10,236 players. I don't know
15.
how many of them are dead teams.
It's hard to say, but like if I don't know if like there's a way to see which teams are
No,
making transfers.
you
That's probably only
asking-
Gaffr can say.
You are asking this question to a wrong person. He has 2 teams. Out of that 10,000, he has 2 teams.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, I think 10. Yeah, so I don't know how about the 10 dead teams, but I'm happy with so far because after 15 game weeks, it's clean slate now. I have
That
to
is true.
focus now
Yeah.
on upwards and onwards. So yeah.
Yeah. Similarly, I'm glad the booster reset and we get a clean slate because it's been a tough start, the tough first third really in terms of my rank and stuff. I'm not pleased with it, but things have been a little bit more positive the last couple of weeks. I had an okay part of the bus last week. It got me like I think it was like 97 -4 or something. Got me a green arrow from like 793 up to the mid 500s, 530th I think. And this week's been all right. 54 -4. The ranks have since updated since these screenshots were taken, but I'm up to 512th. Took a -4, so I took out Brereton Diaz and Muniz, who was a terrible pick from me, and brought in Pookie and Sargent. And Sargent rewarded me with a goal. Pookie vice captain blank, unfortunately, but he's now in position for double game week 17, which is good. Matson was the highlight for me, 10-pointer with an assist and clean sheet. Very pleased with that. Brownhill with the assist. Wallace gets the bonus again, so not a complete captaincy blank. 5-pointer doubled up to 10. So yeah, it's okay. But yeah, like Abhishek said, clean slate. I'm kind of setting myself the goal of top 100 by the end of game week 30, and then see where we go from there. I don't know whether that's going to happen because I think it's just it's been a tricky one this season, but got to have something to aim for, I think. So yeah. Oh, and just a quick mention to the Bristol City defender Atkinson, who got a brace against Preston. Would have loved it if I'd picked him on part of the bus, but went for De Silva instead. Never mind. He got like 19 points. I saw a couple of people in the community had him. If you had him for the double and you parked the bus with him, fair play.
Now, a lot of people have De Silva. A lot of Atkinson, I've seen very few.
Yeah, I've only seen a couple.
Yeah, kudos. Yeah, kudos to those guys.
Also, on part of the bus last week, I decided to play like Muniz and bench Teller. I benched Teller for his 12-pointer, which is annoying, but that sucked a bit. But
that's how our season has went. We have benched players that have scored upwards of 10+ points.
I think that was just a genuinely bad decision for me because Muniz has done nothing to prove to me that he's going to get any returns at all, and Teller is very capable of doing so. So
bench points in Gaffr isn't a new thing actually. So
you've had a bit of experience with that, haven't you, David?
Yeah, I do. But
Just a little.
Not that much this season, thankfully. But it's what happens sometimes.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So let's move on to Thursday Night Wars, and we have come up with a win this week. And this feels like a big win for us because remember at the start of the season, on 2 occasions we played boosts and didn't win. And this week, the Gaffr community played part of the bus, and we beat them by 1 point. And I must say, at this point, all credit goes to the other 2 guys on the screen for convincing me to get Vitinho in. That was Abhishek, and both of you guys were like start Wood over Wells, and I thought Wells had more upside, but you guys said start Wood, outvoting me, and it won us the game. So cheers, guys. This win is all theirs, and it's huge. I'm actually so pleased. It was big John. It was John Ruddy today with that clean sheet that won us the tie.
You haven't mentioned how close it was though. You had to do that.
So 77 for us, 76 for the Gaffr community EFL Fantasy, 65. So 1 point between 1 point gaps. So it could not have been closer. And we've all had solid weeks as well. Like 67 is a great score this week.
Yeah, it's the win that counts because we have been on the other end of the table for the past few weeks.
Indeed.
We haven't been scoring, we haven't been getting points, and people have been jumping up ahead of us in the table. So it's a nice victory. It's nice.
The community team were on a really great run.
Yeah.
So kind of put a stop to that. And I thought they were going to pull ahead. And in fact, I mean, for the first time this season, in game week 14 they took the lead, but for the first time this season, EFL Fantasy are off the top of the standings, and the Gaffr community team are top of the standings. So you can see on the screen there, it says Midfield Dynamos for the community team. It wasn't. It was part of the bus. But,
sorry,
David. That's all good.
Yikes. Yeah, why would I put that? Like, I saw the team and they have 5 defenders. Why would I like? Okay.
Anyway,
That's a bit.
Hold on, our admins makes mistakes sometimes.
yes,
It happens.
Yeah. You often use like admin thing because like it doesn't like say one of us. You just like it's one of the guys and Gaffr. You can't put the blame on anyone. Yeah, it's admin. Okay.
Yeah.
But it was me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So the community team are on 20 points, and then us in EFL Fantasy. Get well soon, Angus, by the way. I hear you've also got COVID. Yeah, they're not recording tonight because he's got COVID, so yeah, get well soon, Angus. But yes, we're both tied on 18 points. And we've got a great chance to take the lead because, David, have you seen this? Did you see this? I accidentally activated a boost.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
So I was like on my phone reading the new boosts, and then I tried to take a screenshot of them both because I tweeted about it. And in doing so, I accidentally activated triple.
How?
I don't know.
Like push to activate the trick, you have to like push the button and then push it again. How did you do that with screenshotting? That's like the buttons of the phone.
Well, I must have. I think what I did is instead of clicking cancel, I must have accidentally clicked save, or activate, or whatever. I think I must have misclicked. So I think Abhishek, you're of the opinion that we should just play it anyway and get the win.
Yeah.
Assuming they don't.
Yeah, we can't like undo it, right? Can we?
No. Considering we don't really care about overall rank, it's not a big deal, right? It's less of a big deal as it's head to head.
Yeah, because like even if it was like we played it in another week, the other guys would probably play chip as well. So
yeah.
I don't know.
So we've got like a really good chance of a win this coming game week.
It's actually not the worst strategy, to be fair.
No, it's not.
Like, guaranteed win.
It has got me thinking. It has got me thinking. Just guarantee the wins with the boost in random weeks, and then take the defeats in other weeks, rather than risk it.
Plus,
actually accidentally stumbled onto some good strategy.
Right, we say no more about it. People are listening.
Okay. Yeah, you tell this.
We can carry on this conversation in our chat later.
Should we just move on to the list then?
Yeah, well, that's the main subject. Well, that is the subject of tonight's pod. We've had the new boosts reset, which I always find very exciting, and we have got our 6 new boosts, and we've got 2 completely new ones. I thought we weren't going to ever get any more completely new ones. I thought they'd exhausted all their ideas, but they've had a brainwave. They've come up with 2 new ones. So the boosts are. I'm gonna put you guys on the spot. Name the 6 boosts. Go. David, name all 6 boosts. Sorry, Abhishek. I just wanted to...
You can't put me on the spot like that. It's okay. Park the bus at least.
Yeah.
No. Yes. And overhaul as well.
That's 2.
Triple.
Yeah.
Yeah, and underhaul maybe. No. Jeepers Keepers.
Yeah.
And the other one, what's that? I can't remember the other boost. Like there was something about like more players. I don't know. I can only get 4.
Go on, Abhishek. Finish them off.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader, and I think Goldfist is there.
Yes.
Oh really? That's a great set. Wow. That's all good boosts.
So
how do you choose from that? That's impossible. Like, okay.
So let's just go through, just remind people one by one what they are. So overhaul, you know what overhaul is. Park the bus, we've seen that already this season. So what have we got? We've got Goal Fest. So those of you who maybe this is your first season, Goal Fest is 5 points per goal in your whole squad. So that includes players on the bench. But bear in mind, if you do bench a player and they score, you just get 5 points for that goal. You don't get all their base points, like their minutes points, the 5 points they would have scored for the goal normally if they're in your starting 11. And also, captain multipliers don't apply to the bonus 5 points. So if your captain gets a goal, you get just 5 bonus points, not 10 bonus points.
But you do get like the regular captain points, right?
Yeah, you still have regular captains.
So it's amazing.
That extra 5 points doesn't count if you play a Goal Fest.
Yeah. So the best way of thinking of Goal Fest is just 5 points per goal flat in your team.
Yeah.
Jeepers Keepers, which is probably my favourite boost in the whole of Gaffr, which is just brilliant. Both goalkeepers count for that week, and you get 3 bonus points for every extra save, 10 for every pen save, and for each half clean sheet, 2 extra points. I love it. It's so good. And then so that's 4 of them covered, and then there's the 2 new ones. So triple is like multi-captain, but it's times 3 for all of them, which makes it far stronger, which is good. And follow the leader is an interesting. I loved the idea of follow the leader. I thought it was really smart, really clever idea. So your captain gets 2.5, and any players of the same team get times 2. Vice captain gets times 2, and then any players in the same team get times 1.5. And then emergency captain and any players in the same team get times 1.5. So basically, you kind of want triple ups from teams for that one.
Yeah, 11 players scoring. Not
9.
9 players. 9 players. You need 9 times.
So
Gonna get.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to do one of my videos like I have done before, but I have done the maths and done the multipliers and stuff. But I'm going to open it to you guys first. If you were to pick the best 3 boosts now, like what 3 boosts do you think they are? What 3 do you think you're going to play, basically? I don't know if you guys have actually thought about it or planned it. I have, because I've got COVID and I've been doing nothing, and I appreciate you guys have probably had much more busy lives, so these will be very raw thoughts.
Yeah, I can say that we can just go over one of the questions, because that's like exactly what we're talking about now.
Sure.
Maybe because FPL Frustration asks, would love your thoughts on the best 3 boosts to use on the overhaul. As double game week 17 is close, which boost would you use, including which teams and players you consider, assuming one should be played that week? Cheers, gents.
All right. So yeah, we've had the question, and let's just work out the best 3 boosts first. I think that's the main question that people have. Thoughts?
Yeah, I'm really unsure, because there are so many good ones at the moment. But my thing is, if there's new boosts, I want to play them because I want to see how they work. So if that's the case, I've already 2 of my 3 boosts are locked in. But it's not easy to find the 3rd one, because we have so many very good ones as well. For example, Jeepers Keepers or Park the Bus. They are how or even Goal Fest. How do you choose one of those 3? You could arguably, if you didn't have the 2 other ones, you could play those 3 as well. So it's not clear cut. But yeah, I want to play the 2 new ones. That's my first thought, at least.
Fair. Abhishek, do you have any thoughts?
Well, we can say, throughout the community, that game week 20, everyone will be playing Follow the Leader. So that's one boost. Don't have to talk about. Let's choose from the rest of the 5 boosts what are the 2 best ones to choose from. And I think, for my personal view, I'm very much skeptical whether to use Goal Fest or Park the Bus on this set, because the other boost, the triple one, I'm going to use it because it's a new one. As David mentioned, it's really fun to use those new boosts. So it's really tricky to decide whether to use Park the Bus or Goldfish or even overall, because on the previous set we have seen that we have required overall to make way for our team for to accommodate other players, because this season has been really surprised us all, because we haven't expected so many unknown players to haul this season. Certainly, especially in the midfield area and on the forward area. At the start of the season, we haven't expected so much budget players to come and score those points, because we are all were focusing on the likes of Pookie, Britain Diaz. So we kind of needed overhaul on some point of the on those 15 game weeks to restructure our team to get those form players. So it's really tricky to decide on which is the final boost among those three, because those three boosts all have their merits. If you play, because we have fond memories of goal faced when Ivan Tony was in the championship. We all gotten really good points. And Park the Bus, as Joe mentioned, he got a nice return. So it's really tricky to decide which is the third, which is gonna be the third one. I'm really on edge which one to say that this will be my third boost, barring those two boosts, because I'm really finding it difficult to pick which one, because it's really tough one, because in terms of fixtures, all have decent amount of run before and after the World Cup break, barring few teams. So, what do you use?
Yeah, right. Ready for my thoughts? Might take a little longer. So, there are 3 boosts that have multipliers, essentially, that increase your multipliers, like with captaincies and stuff. So that's Follow the Leader, Triple, and Park the Bus. Park the Bus is under the assumption that we are playing this in a single game week, times 3.5 extra multiplier. Because if you've not heard me kind of talk about this before, I've always talked about this a lot, but it's the 5 for your defenders. Your 5 defenders getting times 2, but you've got to take off 1.5 for your captain and vice captain that you would have had if you didn't play the boost. So bear that in mind. Triple is times 4.5, and Follow the Leader is actually only times 5.5. On the surface, I felt like it was going to be more, but when I actually did the maths, it's only times 5.5. If you just think about, for example, your captain is only getting an extra half. It's going from times 2 to times 2.5. Same with your vice captain, from times 1.5 to times 2, and then you're getting your other little gains from everywhere else. So on that kind of reading, that puts Follow the Leader ahead of Triple, ahead of Park the Bus from just the multiplier ones. And then we've got to kind of think about the other 3 and try and slot them in there as well. So, I mean, I'm of the opinion that Park the Bus is at the bottom and shouldn't be played, because it's a low multiplier, and I think everything's just better in this instance. Everything else is just better in this instance. What should I talk about next? Let's talk about Goalfest. Now, Goalfest would be much more appealing to me if it was last season or the season before, when we had Tony Mitrovic, as Abhishek alluded to. I'm finding that getting goals is quite unpredictable at the moment, and I think Goalfest is one of those boosts that can do just as well as any boost in this set, but it's the one that's most likely to completely bomb and only get us a couple of goals and 10 points. So for that reason, I don't think I'm going to play Goalfest. To also put into perspective, if you remember the times 5.5 multiplier for Follow the Leader, apply that to a double game week, that's times 11. At a baseline, let's just pretend all 11 of those is 2 points. 11 of those extra multipliers is 2 points. At a base level, that's like at a minimum, no one gets anything, they all get 2 pointers. That's 22 points gained from the boost, which is over 4 goals. You need 5 goals to beat that, which is already. So it's already looking like Follow the Leader's a much better boost than Golfest because of that. So I think Golfest is personally out. So that leaves us with Jeepers Keepers, Overhaul, Follow the Leader, and Triple Triple. Jeepers Keepers, I think I'm going to play. I think it's so easy to prep for because you literally just need 2 keepers. And we have seen in the past that it can be an incredibly explosive boost. Some of the teams that we have in this set that have double game weeks are teams for bad defences and have keepers that will make lots of saves. And yeah, we can see keepers can get 40 plus points in a double game week on Jeepers Keepers. So for me, I'm playing that. And then Triple Triple is only 1 multiplier worse than Follow the Leader and is easy to prep for also. So for me, Jeepers Keepers and Triple Triple are easy to play. The thing is, Follow the Leader. In theory, it's the strongest boost, right? With the most multiplier. The problem is, it's obviously the hardest one to prep for. It's pros and cons. It's the hardest one to prep for, but because it boosts 9 players rather than just 3, I guess the risk is a bit more spread across the team than just having all your eggs on like a couple of players. But Follow the Leader, do you want to this is where Overhaul comes into it. To get a good Follow the Leader, do you need to Overhaul? And we don't have many free transfers before game week 20.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because you get so many multipliers, and hits like without multipliers, hits sometimes even work out. So you're basically getting like going into 0 before your multipliers even kick in. For me, at least. So I'm seeing people talking in the group chats about like -20s and stuff, and I'm not too like amazed by that, because it could work out, it could not, but that's like the risk you have to take anyway. And those players you're getting in are good for the boosts, and you have to, and at least for Follow the Leader, you have to get like those players to even have the benefit from all the things you can get from the boost. So yeah,
I'm in agreement. I think even like -12, -16, like those sorts of figures worth of hits are probably worth more than an Overhaul, because then that doesn't come at the expense of a Jeepers Keepers or a Triple Triple. So
yeah, we talk about this all the time, but like the points you gain is the most important thing. Like,
so Follow the Leader, Triple Triple, Jeepers Keepers is my 3. Anyway,
and what's also exciting is that we can plan for, because I didn't realize this, but I think I've seen it before. But we have 3 doubles coming up, like, and you can just now really pinpoint which week you want to use which boost if you want to play in a double. And just looking at it quickly, I can see which weeks, for example, I wouldn't want to play Jeepers Keepers and play the other boosts, and which weeks I would want to play Triple Triple, for example. We can talk about like already now, like our first quick thoughts about like which teams and which players, because I think it's very like relevant, at least for the Follow the Leader, because you have 1 triple ups anyway, and you don't want to triple up on bad teams. And teams like not having good fixtures, and we know the fixtures, so maybe we should look into that already, so we can base our moves going forward on that, and hopefully like plan for multiple weeks at a time, just not just one going first.
Yeah, that's definitely a good shout. So, I mean, should we answer FPL Frustrations part about double game week 17 first, maybe? Is that you say?
Yeah.
Which boost would you use in double game week 17?
17. I will probably maybe go for Jeepers Keepers, actually. I think so. That would be my one.
Jeepers Keepers is one you play in the smaller doubles, right? You shouldn't really be playing that in game week 20. I would have thought
it's
that's
for me. It's like it's not either game week 17 or 28 for Jeepers Keepers for me.
Or 21, I
but
guess.
Looking, 21. But you have some more. 21. Yeah, it's a double there as well.
Oh,
wow,
23.
I didn't even see that.
I'd missed that 23 was also a double.
That's so many doubles.
I knew 21 was a double. I didn't realize 23 was.
Really,
Yeah.
I didn't see that as well. What? Okay. Yeah, that's like.
Wait,
Are there those doubles? Are there with 2 double games? Yeah, there
They're
are.
all really small
Yeah.
doubles, just 2 teams.
No,
West Brom.
23 seems like a good week to play keeper, but if you are on a West Brom goalkeeper, that's not going to help. You have to look
Nah.
elsewhere. Because West
That's a
Brom
too good of a
goalkeeper-
keeper to for Jeepers keepers.
yeah.
unless you get a pen save or something.
Yeah, although West Brom has a double game week, but the goalkeeper is not suitable for that. Unless they found another keeper from their academy to do well. But Button seems like
Mm.
a really bad keeper. So if you're playing cheaper
Yeah.
keepers, don't go for West Brom keepers. That's one snippet I'm going to say. Yeah.
We've said Jeepers Keepers, but I think it is very team dependent. So I'm not playing Jeepers Keepers in 17 personally. I haven't decided yet, but I have like a triple plan and a follow the leader plan for 17. The reason being is I already have the reason why I'm considering follow the leader for 17, and this probably won't work for a lot of teams. But I already have double Norwich and triple Burnley. So if I get one more Norwich, and then I've already got a Bene, so I could get another Rotherham or a Coventry or something. I could play for the leader and not max it out and just have 1 or 2 players in that third team. The downside to that is it means I'm spending more transfers on 17 and less on 20, and then it's going to be hard to get the team I want for 20. So the other option is that I play triple in 17 and play follow the leader in 20. I think I'm going to do the latter, play follow the leader in 20. If I was gun to my head now, that's what I'd choose. But I have kind of, I'm basically saying follow the leader it's not a stupid idea in 17. Particularly as the multipliers are a bit lower across the board, and those fixtures are tougher in 17. In 20, there are some teams with really good fixtures. Could be a good triple opportunity to target the real best assets.
Yeah, apart from the downside that you mentioned, I think another downside is that in 20 you get 2 fixtures. That's a much more appeal than 1 fixture for certain players, haven't they?
Yeah, but that's a given. We're only playing boosts and doubles anyway, aren't we?
Yeah, fine. But I think for Game Week 17, Park the Bus seems like a better option to me, because because look at the doubles that we have. Coventry has a double, right? Rotherham has a double. I'm not looking at Norwich now, because Norwich will concede in both of those games. So Norwich defender is not into consideration for Park the Bus. I'm considering Coventry defense. I'm considering Rotherham defense for doubles, and for singles, I'm considering QPR. Okay, QPR. Blackburn.
You want to play the watch boost?
Look, Burnley, if either one of Maatsen and Vitino has the upside, Park the Bus. And what are the fixtures they have? Sunderland and then Norwich.
Please don't play Park the Bus. It's the worst. I thought it's just the worst one.
Didn't you just hear what the long rant Joe had about not playing Park the Bus?
Should I just go? I was about to say should I just go? I'm already home, but should I just leave now?
Just after we're done, Abhishek, just go back and listen to the pod again. Just think about what you've done.
In terms of numbers, he has given his thought process in terms of numbers. I'm looking at form players.
Vibes.
But you play a different boost on them. That's the point. So you play triple. You could play triple on Burnley defenders, and you get ×3 from them, and that's better than ×2. And then picking other rubbish defenders, or you play follow the leader with them. You've played the better boosts on. They're good players to play boosts on. Just play different boosts.
Look, I'm not that bold to put captaincy on my defenders to play that boost.
But Park the Bus is captaining them. Essentially.
That's like you're captaining your defenders. What are you talking about?
Follow the leader, if I play follow the leader in defensive points, right? It's 0.5 times more riskier than I guess I mean, in a double game week, I'm confused now.
It's fair enough. I can understand because it is
I mean,
quite
in terms,
a challenging
yeah,
set of news to get head around.
yeah, in terms of numbers, it doesn't back me up much in terms of numbers that you explained.
Whichever boost you play. Like he has also asked about which teams. But we also talked about a bit. But yeah, just basically not Norwich for like defense, but maybe if you're playing triple, Puck, you can still score.
Puck and Sargent are both good picks. I'm not
Yeah,
picking a third
and like,
is hard.
I think it could be like
Yeah,
if you have Brownhill maybe or Rodriguez, and then Pookie and Victor, you have your three already. Like many
I mean,
have at least two of them.
I'm much more trusting Sergeant now than Pookie.
Would you play like the triple on both Pookie and Sargent?
The only thing that puts me off is the fixtures.
Yeah, they're not good.
I'd put if I was, I'd probably go Victor Brownhill and one of Pukin Sargent maybe. Don't know. It's just a tricky one because yeah.
See, park the bus, easy one. Go for
It doesn't
easy one. I say Joe beats me on maths, so I'm not going to argue with his mathematical stats. But what
You're just going to overlook them.
You have to understand that telling someone with a mathematical brain that there's a better way that's not very mathematical and is just like
yeah,
some other reason just doesn't go down very well. But that's just how my brain works.
Yeah, but look, it's like that. But to me, I think Park the Bus suits better, even though Joe's glaring objections. But
yeah.
Your
You can. We can just go back to the agree to disagree thing we had like some episodes there. I think we spent a long enough time on this question. I think.
I mean,
so I hope you're happy. You have a long discussion about this for FPL Persuasion. So hopefully, I've got something good about this.
Yeah, let's go. Who's second one?
Moving on to the next question.
Yeah, are we in the question section now? I don't know. Yeah, it was like a freestyle start, but yeah, we can go to questions if you want to. We have talked a lot about this now.
The questions are on the screen currently.
Yeah, okay. Let's just, okay. Stoke Gaffr, Kyle. I want either Matson or Vitinha for the double in Gaming 17, but do I sell Brady, Giles, Jones, or Norton Davis? We can do this quick fire. Which of the four do we take?
Jones,
agreed.
Jones.
Yeah, Jones. Easy. Next question. This is also like related. Daniel Esprit from EFL. Why do I still have double borough defense?
You tell
me. Why?
we have told everybody that jump up from borough defense. Why do you still own them?
Attacking threat, innit?
And I'm guilty of this as well. It's not like until this week I still had Jones and Giles. Now I just have Giles. But I may just get rid of it as well.
It's weird. It's really weird to see Dan still owning the borough defense after Angus rants every week about them.
But he did say like on his Spaces style, he was like saying he probably could get like, no, maybe that was like Jamie said he could sometime it get like triple borough defense at some point of this season, but now's not the time.
I think we had a discussion about when Borough started to have a turn of form that until and unless they have a proper genuine centre forward, they're not going to get much more points.
So don't they do that now in Muniz? Oh, isn't he good enough?
Look, Joe can be the Joe, how many points did Muniz get you?
Maybe about 5 in the space of 4 weeks. You know.
No.
Point
That's not a
don't think he got many bookings, but you know, he got lots of solid 2-pointers. It's great.
That's not a
well. He's like the newest Superman, basically.
Strikers are just the worst this season. Oh my word!
Yeah.
Dan. So in a nutshell, Dan, it's time to sell those borrow defense. At least one.
Yeah.
You're gonna sell. You have to sell.
Get some Burnley defenders. Be
Yeah.
good to yourself and your team. You deserve it.
Yeah, get
Right,
Matson.
next question.
Yeah, get Matson.
Get
Next
Matson.
question. Next question.
Yes, that's from Pemberton Gaffr. He says, "Easy one, best chip strategy for next 20."
Okay, so that's two questions, right?
Yeah.
Yes, two questions.
So best chip strategy
Yeah.
for the
We
next
talked
5
a little
weeks
bit about this, but yeah, is a minus 20 too much or is it okay?
I think minus 20 is okay.
In 1 week, I guess. He means.
I think it's alright.
I mean, if you're, for me, overall is not a waste, but it's very team dependent. What you're gonna do about it? If your team requires it, you have lots of injuries to navigate. Then certainly use an overall.
Well, he's probably saying it is
And having
either
said
minus
that,
20
minus
or
20
overhaul, right?
really helps you if you're playing for a boost, because minus 20 will they're gonna get in Gaffr. The point scoring system is such a wonderful way that minus 20 will wipe out in just a matter of minutes. If you got
Yeah,
to get
you like
two,
change
three
half your team. Isn't like minus 20 is like 6 transfers, isn't it?
five.
So if you can get like basically the 3 players you want for either triple or like the players you don't have from the triple ups for the other boosts. So yeah, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think just one thing to add is that don't overall to play for a boost. Don't overall your team to just play for a dedicated boost next to game week. That's not the way to use an overall. So that's one point. I said beforehand. I said today also.
Haven't you said like the opposite, like you were planning for your
No,
using overall?
I have every time I've said don't overall into a boost.
Yeah,
Overall
maybe not like next week, I guess, but yeah,
Yeah.
depends.
Yeah, it's team dependent. Like, we can't really determine that without seeing the team. You've heard our thoughts on which boosts are best, and it's just a case of coming up with a plan that works for your team and the plans you have and the players you want. Play Jeepers Keepers in one of the small doubles is my recommendation. Aside from that, it's honestly, the thing is, there's not going to be a one-size-fits-all chip strategy, although I suspect most will be playing follow the leader in game week 20. I think that is going to be the most common one. That may not be, like, it's not, if you don't do that and you play follow the leader in 17, then I'm not against it. I don't know when else you'd play follow the leader other than those 2 weeks.
It's a fun chip to play the other weeks because you're certainly not following the leader.
The thing is, it's the only other week that has 3 doubling teams, 17. So you got to really play it in 17 or 20.
I mean, imagine the upside if you follow the leader in game week 20.
Yeah, be good.
Yeah, so big. Right. 84 asks best defenders going forward.
So how many you gonna give him? 5 or 4?
Yeah.
4 or 5?
Five
each?
defenders in their team. 5.
2 each?
2 each, yeah. Sure. Who wants to go first? I can go first. Right. My 2 would be Bree and Vitinho.
Yeah. Stole both of them from me.
Yeah. You said I should go first, so I go first.
I know mine.
Two others. 2 others. You can't say the same one.
Matson and Ahmed Hodzic.
Is he back now? I can hold it.
Yeah, I think he came off the bench yesterday.
Yeah.
Does that mean he starts?
No,
You think?
Yeah.
He played.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
And for my two picks is Bidwell, because Coventry has lots of games, and the other one is when Laird gets fit, or if Laird is not fit, then Paul. Kenneth Paul.
Nice and quick. Very good. Next question is from Atletico Bilal. Great name. But he says best chips to use, three chips. That was a hard sentence. Best three chips to use. I'm making minutes boost, I think. But yeah, we've probably covered that enough now. But yeah, just go back and listen to what you just said if you haven't gotten it by now. From Manhattan underscore 600k, how do you get emotionally unattached from a player you once binned and bring him back in? I love this question because that's just me in a nutshell.
There's a certain player that this may apply to us for. So
No, yeah, I can't. Doesn't ring a bell. Not really.
I mean,
yeah, of course it does.
What advice can we give? I don't really know.
Don't be like me. Like I have so many like vendettas towards so many fantasy players that haven't done anything to me personally, but they've not given me points at the times I want, which is stupid from my side. Like because it just gives me less points and as miss out on good players, and it's like across all the fantasy games I play, because I play with my feelings, I guess, but sometimes, but yeah, it's weird. I should just like not care, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess the moral of the story is try and be as objective as possible.
Yeah, get the players that get points, even though you didn't get they didn't give you points when you had them, or they get points when they didn't have them.
It sounds so easy, David.
Yeah, and I'm speaking to myself as much as I'm to you guys.
Yeah,
I don't do this.
Yeah, I think this question epitones me quite a bit because I owned Sar when he didn't perform, and now I'm facing Sar points on my face. So it's not wrong to admit that I haven't owned Sar on the weeks that he has performed, but I have grown to hate him somehow. That it's a silly reason to not own him, but my team doesn't really have the chance now to accommodate him. That's the only reason why I'm not getting Sar, because my team doesn't really has the chance, because I am set on doing something other things in coming game weeks. Hence my team doesn't set up really well to accommodate Sar. That's why I'm not getting him. The hate part is 20%, but the 80% is that if I can find a way to accommodate Sar, then certainly I will accommodate Sar. Even though I hate him, but he looks like a decent option, certainly in the past few weeks. So,
just to clarify, we have said this on another podcast, but when he says hate, he means purely in the fantasy sense and not as a personal level.
Fantasy sense, yeah.
He hates the Watford PNG on the Gaffr website, not like the actual guy.
I like that.
Yeah. I love the guy.
Yeah, Sarah's great, but not the best. Yeah. Right. Okay, that's the questions.
I think
team one.
We have
I guess
one more.
We have one more that's like team dependent, and it's from it's Christopher Heath, isn't that his name?
Yeah.
In one of our group chats, and he just sent us our team basically, his team, and I can just read it out before the question. He has Johansson in goal, Brady, Bree, Wood, defense, Chair, Sar, Bar Laser, Brownhill, captain, Pookie vice captain, Victor, Munchi, and Rodriguez, J-Rod. Question: any suggestions how I can improve my side ahead of respective double game weeks in week 17 and 20? He hasn't shown us his bench, but yeah.
He has a bench of Wilson, McFadden, Clark, and Atkinson. That's his full squad, and I think he needs to know that how he can improve his side ahead of the respective double game weeks in 17 and 20.
I'm not sure you can, looking at that. The only thing I would say is maybe transfer out Brady.
I think he has covered game week 17 and 20 pretty much.
And he's set up very well for like a triple if he wants to with that forward line. It's required.
This is an example of a team. You heard his bench had 2 Coventry on it, right? This could be a team that you could follow the leader in 17. In fact, I probably would, because he's already got 2 Burnley. He just needs to add a third, and he's got like 3 Coventry, 3 Rotherham, Like that. That is might as well follow the leader while you without having to set, because then he doesn't have to try and set it up for 20. You can just do triple at 20.
And you have like, if you think about it in regardless of weeks, most would probably like take minus 20 in game of 20, and if you played in 17 with the players you haven't, like 1 or 2 transfers,
Exactly.
You're like 20 points up, even though you get the points before them.
Exactly.
So
yeah,
it's a very good setup, and yeah, I would probably recommend that quite strongly, since you already have like a good setup.
I suspect he's just
And
overhauled
also,
into this team.
Yeah.
and also he has all his bases covered. I mean, from midfield point of view, he has Cheers, Brownlee. From attacking point of view, he has Cookie, Victor, Rodriguez. If he adds the likes of Regina to that side for Brady, he has Bree, Wood, McFadden, and Wilson.
Yeah.
He has covered all his bases.
Yeah.
So he just needs 1 or 2 transfers just to really iron out his squad and nail those boosts, whichever he wants to use, in whichever weeks.
Yeah, it's just going to be that transition to game week 20, because he's got a lot of doublers for 17. In fact, he's stacked full of them. He might need to just find a few.
Yeah, but that's the decision as well. You can like go hard in on the double that not too many are, and get lots of points there, even though it's less doubles.
True. Yeah, it's a good team. It's a really well set up team for the coming weeks. Cool.
That's all our questions.
That's all our questions. Next, then, I believe, is the Felix K9 Cup, David.
Right. Yeah, we have a new leader in Ronrid. He's on top again. So, congrats to you.
Nice.
With a very, very strong week. I don't know if this is updated or not, but it says he has 97 points, which is amazing.
That's a big week. Looks like has he played a boost?
Yes, he has played a boost, and I'm just going to check right now what it was.
Midfield Dynamos.
Midfield Dynamos, and that's an amazing week. He has Sar, NDI, Brownhill, and Chair. He didn't even
play.
He didn't even have 5 minutes until he got like so many points. That's amazing. Game week rank of 19, and he's second in the game. So yeah, he's smashing it at the moment. So close. Who's leading actually? I haven't seen that in a while. It's Tom Kinsman, the only guy in one of the only guys in the top 10 that doesn't have a Twitter app, apart from Harry and Temu Tucson, which also play boost. Yeah. So very well done. It's the guy that got most points this week got 105, so we're not that far off. That's very good.
Well done,
Yeah, that's very nice. Apart from that, I'm not sure if there's many changes, but it's nice to have the best players in the game in our league still. So.
Yeah, hold on. Just let's have a check about where are we in that Felix K9 Cup. Come on. Let's have a listen. Where are we?
I am 78th.
And you not going to listen? Where am I? I am 117. Wow, great.
And I'm 13th, so just outside the top of the leaderboard.
On the screenshot next week.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm like 5 points away, so I'm on 1,014 points across the century. That's not century.
Millennium.
Millennium, yeah.
To catch. I have a lot of ground to catch. Okay.
Like in general, not just in the Fairline Cup. Fairline Cup? That's like the opposite.
Yeah.
The K9 Cup. That's the best one.
In Gaffr, I have a lot of ground to cover, and I think I will be able to cover.
Cool.
We're cheering you on, mate. You can do it.
Indeed. Right. Let's look at our teams and our plans for game week 16 then, David. You're up first.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. My my best team is actually awful. Looking at it, I just set it up like fast because my vice captain is on Giles for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, my it's a bit of a shambles because I had just he didn't start this week. I think
Yeah,
for some reason. I don't know why. But I'm a Hodge is back at least. But yeah, I need to look at my team for the doubles and just decide this ready now because I need to make some big transfers to if I want to play a boost soon. But yeah, I'm not sure like because I haven't looked at who are the best captains this week, but my captaincy is on Brereton because plays Sunderland and yeah, I'm not sure how well they've been doing lately, but they at least had a purple patch early in the season. Do you guys know how they're doing at the moment?
Struggling for goals a little bit, I think, but they won. They beat Wigan yesterday.
Yeah, that's a good win for them, I guess.
It'd be good when Sims and Stewart come back, well, particularly Stewart, because he'll become a Gaffr option, won't he?
But the big thing for my team, the Scandinavians in name, is that like my Scandinavian players aren't like turning up at all. Like Berge's injured, Oscar is not starting anymore. Ahmed Hodges was just injured for like a long while, so it's only just Johansson and Victor is back though, so that's a good thing. I just remember now he's like Swedish. Why don't I have him in the team? So I just got him right away. But yeah. I have to have a think about this. This is not my final team, that's for sure.
Yeah, nice. All right, Abhishek.
yeah. Well, I think I'm going to do two transfers. Ogle needs to go out and Wells. So apart from that, the team that I have put up there pretty much will be staying the same. I think maybe I might start with with Wood, but I need to decide whether I need to bench Bree or not. It's a decision that I need to make whether to start Bree and bench Wood or the other way around. Apart from that, Bogle and Wells will be going out for Victor and Vitina. That will be my move for game week 16. And as for captaincy, well, it's a high possibility that I might captain Victor, but he plays Sheffield United. Oh, no, no, I have to see. Now I have to see which one. Maybe I might stick it up with Cheer because he faces Cardiff at home. So yeah, I'm undecided on captaincy and vice captaincy. I have to see. But the transfer moves that I'm going to do is Vogel and Wells out, Vitina and Victor.
Cool. All right, my team. I think I'm in a pretty easy place to roll. I think. I mean, I'll be benching Wells and De Silva for Pickering and Lindsay probably. But I think it just makes sense to roll ahead of 17 now. Then I basically just have a little bit more time to decide which route I want to go down, boost strategy wise. I'd like to get to Victor from Wells ahead of the double game week 17. It's just finding the cash for that is quite tricky. Selling Pickering, I had to have a budget of 4.6, so I can't quite afford Wood. Or I could sell Wallace, which I would look to do for 20 anyway. So I could consider that. But then the thing is, I want to get Saar for Wallace in 20, so that is also a tricky one. So yeah, it's just a case of maybe do I force Victor in or do I just go without and see how things go.
Who are your other strikers?
I've got Pookie, Sargent and Wells at the moment, so like I put him. So yeah, we'll have to have a think about that. But yeah, we'll roll this week. Captaincy, I've got it on Wallace again, but it's Bristol City, they're not very good. I could put it on a Burnley player, I could put it on Pookie, could put it on Chair, could put it a lot of places. Captaincy is just such a lottery this season, but it's good. That's what we want. It's better than auto captain Mitrovic every week, so I'm not complaining.
Look,
But
in terms, all we can say that in terms of double game week whatever captains that we have started with, they have started firing on that double game week. So that's the only thing that is happening right in this crazy season.
But it doesn't help because everyone has the same captain those weeks because they're the only one. So
yeah.
it's not really fun. Just before we end, we have one last minute question. I was just like checking out the Twitter feed just by chance now, and we have another question that came in for like 90 minutes ago. So we can just answer that quickly, I guess, because he says Andrew Barnett says, "Hope this is in time." It is. Well done on the timing. He asks, follow the leader. If your cap, vice cap, and emergency cap are from the same team, do your bonus points become multipliers? I guess.
Say that again.
If your vice captain, and emergency captain are from the same team, do the bonus points become? Yeah, I guess it means multiplied.
Oh, I see. So it's like, is he saying like essentially you're kind of stacking the multipliers on top of each other?
Oh, that's not better.
Surely not. Surely that's not how they set it up. I think they need to be 3 different teams. I don't know what Gaffr would do if you did it. If you did that, like what they would actually, what points they would award.
Delete your team.
Just have.
No.
I think. I mean, I think it's really tricky, and stay away from these tricky situations. Is all.
Agreed.
Say.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
Yeah, because if we say that go for it and it doesn't work out, then we're playing because we are contemplating what we are seeing on the Gaffr website. So surely they are not going to do that. Whatever.
What you can do is like DM the Gaffr user because they usually answer. And if you get to answer, you can just, if you want to, you can share it to the community.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure many haven't even thought about this, but many, if it's a loophole, they would want to know, and if it's not, they also want to know.
So you are doing.
You can do some digging for us if you want to.
Obviously, and they answer all those queries. So don't worry about it. Post a question to them, DM them, and they will certainly help you out.
Yeah. Sounds good. Right, that is everything then for this week's episode. It's going to be an interesting set of boosts, and considering we're all going to be playing them in the next few weeks, so best of luck with them. Only to the extent that you don't do too well, because I quite like my rank to go up, but good luck everyone. All that remains to be said is goodbye and see you next time. That was timely. So it's goodbye from me.
Yes, ha det bra.
And namaste from me.